TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. What's going on? Get everybody a second to hop on. Today, we're going to talk about all things business credit. There seems to be a lot of misconception about what is business credit. Lots of misconceptions. So we're going to talk all things business credit. All things business credit. We'll get started here in a few minutes. I need you guys to keep sharing this video. Make sure we're sharing and liking. We're going to talk all things business credit. So have your questions handy. I'm going to teach you all the real stuff, not the fake stuff, the net 30s and the Amazon cards. Those things have zero cash value. I'm going to talk to you about how to get your inquiries cleaned up. Well, I'm going to tell you the importance of having them cleaned up because that's a service we offer. See, the hack you guys hear on YouTube where people talk to you only about getting your inquiries removed within 24 hours, that's only for accounts that have not been tied to open accounts. We actually dispute inquiries on open and closed accounts. We're actually one of the first companies that actually offered that service back in 2016. We've been in this space for a very long time. So make sure you tune in. Make sure we're sharing this. We're liking this. I want to get to at least 500 shares before I get started. Let's get up to 500 shares. Tyler H said, just got the Amex. Congratulations. Which Amex did you get? Which Amex did you get? We're going to talk all things business credit. Yeah, I'll make sure to do that. How about do your own work, bud? Bomb first. Not sure what that means. Today we're going to talk all things business credit. Not that stuff that they teaching on the internet. King Will, what's going on in North Carolina, tapping in. Welcome. What up? Carolina's own. Tampa Bay is in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure y'all keep tapping in. Make sure y'all keep tapping in. Yes, I'm related to Richard Roundtree. That's my uncle. Make sure y'all keep tapping in. We'll get started here in a few minutes. Today, all things business credit. Late live, yes. Make sure you got your pens, your pads. Like, I'm going to teach y'all the real stuff. If you're trying to learn how to get over $100,000 in credit over the next 30 to 90 days, you need to be tapped in tonight. Matter of fact, I think I'm even go live on IG too. I'm gonna go live on IG as well. We got North Carolina's in the house heavy. All things business credit. I'm gonna tell you actually how I came up with this title today. Texas is always in the building. Well, what up, Texas? We got Minnesota. All things business credit. Come on, we almost have 500 likes on TikTok, y'all. I'm good, Sai Ali. Can you remove car repos for my credit? Look, we've gotten some of everything removed. Yo, Will, you are a legend. Appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, let the people know on here who think I just popped up and I'm a pandemic pusher. No, we've been around for a while. Welcome. Tonight we're talking about all things business credit. Kansas City Chiefs will win. The storyline has already been written. I keep hearing that. We got Miami in the house. Welcome. All right, we have 500 likes on TikTok. As promised. What up? One and only Versace on Instagram. What to do if I'm getting denied for Amex? I'm glad you guys are asking all of these questions. Okay, because today we're going to talk all things business credit. Now, here's how I actually came up with this topic. So I put up a post earlier about, and you guys gonna see me looking at different screens. I got Instagram, I got TikTok, I got Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. So just keep the questions coming. As I get to them, I'll get to you. So today I put up a post that said, people still, and I'm paraphrasing, people still selling you guys on Net30 accounts. People are still selling people on Net30 accounts. And then somebody got in my comment, somebody very intelligent, and said, that's not true because I got a car without using my social security card. That's not true because I got a car without using my social security number. And I had to laugh, but I laughed because people don't know what business credit is. Getting a car is like low level shit. Anybody can get a car. The car has zero value. A car is not business credit. You use your credit to get a car, but a car is not business credit. Oh no, that's the slow route. For real. Net30s is the slowest way and you wasting your time. And for all of these people who keep saying, oh, Net30s are great because I got a car in my business name, that means nothing. The people at the dealership are laughing at you because you just bought a liability that most people aren't even able to service the debt on that vehicle. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to overstanding, what is business credit? We're going to talk about that. We're going to break that down. See, you gave me so much game. We have gotten approved for real credit. That's what I'm talking about. Put that in capital letters, real credit. Tonight we're talking about real credit, not that fugazi stuff that people sell people on. That whole, hey, set up an LLC and get a G-Wagon in your business now. Like that's what people get excited about. People get excited about the sizzle. But I'm going to tell you why I think that's the case. Let me tell you why I think that's the case. See, learning is a taught skill. Learning is a skill that has to be taught. And because most people have never been taught about credit, most people have never been taught about business, most people don't even know what business credit is. Getting a car under your business name is not credit. Thank you, Tyler. Getting a car under your business name, that's not credit. That's not even a flex. My son is 12. He has a car under his business name. Like he's going to be 13. He has several cars in his business name. Like that's not a flex. See, here's what's starting to happen in this space. And you guys feel free to chime in. Please do. As much information that's out there when it comes to this whole financial literacy space, the needle has not moved much. Let me say that again. As much information that is out there in this financial literacy space, the needle has not moved much in the form of progression for people in our communities. And I'm going to tell you why. Because there's so much bad information out there, it's putting people in a position that's jamming them up. Will, you put on hella creators that's pushing credit stuff. This man is the source. Thank you, David. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. Can I buy a car, no credit? So the thing signed up for Granger, made a bill for myself. I was so pissed. Like, that's true. Like, people are going out here creating bills or creating payments that doesn't even move the needle for them when it comes to quote unquote business credit. Getting a car in your name is not business credit. I'm going to actually break down what is business credit or the type of accounts that constitute as business credit. net 30s. So people are peddling information from 2008. That game is done. But because people are attracted to simple, because people are attracted to what they think is the easier route, that's why they jump on the bandwagon of that type of information. That's why they jump on the bandwagon. And so going back to understanding that learning is a skill set that is taught. We have to be taught how to learn when it comes to knowing what credit is. Most people have no idea. I put up another post when I said it's fascinating how everybody's teaching people how to get credit, but nobody's teaching people how to make money with their credit. And when I say make money, I'm not even talking about selling trade lines. I'm talking about really utilizing your credit to go out there and make money. Because that's what affluent people do. This is what the wealthy people do. So when you hear people talk about OPM, most people going around screaming, hashtagging the word, the acronym OPM, and they don't even truly know what that means. It stands for other people's money. But the point of getting other people's money is to be able to use other people's money to make money. So the point of actually getting credit is to put it out in the marketplace so that way you can actually make money off of it. Let me put you guys up on a gem. So I was actually speaking with a bank today because they were submitting a business line of credit for me for one of my new entities. For those who don't know, just set up a new Seasoned Corp because, most people who are doing Seasoned Corps are doing it wrong. I'm telling you, most of y'all buying bullshit that doesn't work because y'all buying it from people who don't know what they're doing. I'll just be brutally honest. They just watch the half of a YouTube video and then they go out there and try to recreate what they don't know. Because most people don't understand that learning is a taught skill set. You have to be taught how to learn. But anyways, as I'm talking with this banker, one of the questions he asked me, and this actually proves my point of when I talk about money is used to make you money. The question he asked, he said, what is the percentage of growth in revenue will you get from this credit? Let me repeat that question again. He asked me, as I'm applying for this business line of credit, at what percentage of your business, what percentage of growth in revenue will you have from this credit? So essentially how I translated that question, he asked, for every dollar of credit that you potentially get approved from, how much more do you think your business in revenue will increase? See, success leaves clues, but because nobody has ever taught us what credit is supposed to be used for, we're just frivolously going out here getting credit, not even knowing what the purpose of it is. So this is why you have people in my comments on Instagram bragging and trying to discredit me when I said net 30s don't help you get business credit. And their response is, that's not true because I got a car in my business name. Not even knowing that an automobile is low level approvals and a car is not credit. Credit is used as a tool to generate more revenue. Half the people didn't even know what, half the people who are doing Turo couldn't even spell Turo. So I say that because we have to remove the fact of people saying, oh, well, I got a car under my business and I'm going to put it on Turo. In most industries, Turo is burnt up. In every single market I go to where I'm renting off Turo, the prices are getting chopped down even more and more. So if you bought, I know people who have several luxury vehicles who are trying to figure out how to get out of the car leases in the car payments because the business and the volume of the business is drastically decreasing. So people are so caught up in what they think business credit is because of the lack of information, which is broken down because people don't understand that learning is a taught skill set. But people are so are so caught up into what they think is credit. This is why they're getting jammed up. This is why they're getting jammed up. Y'all got to excuse me. I'm looking at several screens. I got Instagram, I got TikTok, I got Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. What up, y'all? Yeah, we going in today. We talking about the real business credit. Putting a car under your business name is not business credit. I bought 10 luxury vehicles for Turo. Can't make the note. I'm seeing this everywhere. I've been telling people this. I was telling people not to go get luxury cars. People was in South Dakota buying Wraiths. Like, first of all, who goes to South Dakota? When I go to South Dakota, I want a Hyundai. Focus on YouTube. I'm going to try my best, Nikki. I'm going to try my best just for you. Just for you. So would you say get out of the game? No, I'm not going to say get out of the game. What I'm saying is that people need to know how to make better decisions. People jump into things because they haven't learned anything. And they haven't learned because they haven't got the proper skill set to put themselves in position. And I noticed that just because people don't even know what business credit is. So again, for those who just hopped on, and I'm talking to YouTube right now, today I put up a post that said net 30s, banks do not look at net 30s. And I forgot the exact terminology, what I said. And somebody who was extremely brilliant got under my post and said, that's not true. Net 30s actually helped me because I was able to get a car in my business name. And I respectfully had to say, a vehicle is not business credit. A vehicle is not business credit. And so as I'm starting to really start coming back to the essence of teaching people what is credit, what is business credit? Credit is the tool that is used to help create capital, to create revenue. So as I mentioned earlier, when I was speaking with the underwriter over at the bank, as I'm applying for another business line of credit, and one of the questions he asked was, at what percentage do you believe your business revenue will grow from this line of credit? So even the banks understand that credit is used to create revenue. So until you understand that, this is why people are stagnant. But people are also stagnant because there's so much bad information out here about credit, about business credit, about real estate, about money. And so, but people are getting caught up in the shiny things. My response to what, 88? I told them what my average growth was from last year. I said from last year, my average growth in revenue was 34%. And he said, oh, wow, most people don't even know how to answer that question. Let me say that again. He said, most people don't even know how to answer that question. This is why you need to join my programs. This is why you need to be on my monthly funding call, because I also teach you how to communicate and talk and answer questions to the underwriters. Because these underwriters will decline your credit application just because you don't know how to answer a simple question, as simple as telling the underwriter at what percentage your revenue will grow by adding an additional $50,000 of debt to your business. Because that's essentially what the credit is. In their minds, that's what they're looking at. But because you guys aren't being taught that, they look at the credit as a liability of debt. So how are you going to use this debt to grow your company? But for those who have been around my coaching and understand that the debt that we use is called structured debt, and that structured debt, at minimum, we focus on a 2.5x return for every dollar spent. But you would know that if you would stop going out there buying net 30 accounts that get you nowhere. Brandon said they done made these stupid net 30s the trophies. That is true. They've made net 30 accounts the trophy of business credit. So I'm going to tell you what net 30, not net 30 account. I'm going to tell you what business credit is. Because if your feat of business credit is in posting that Amazon card or that BP gas card or that Divvy card or that Capital on Tap card, if that's your bar, you're in the wrong class, fam. If you're excited about a Capital on Tap card, you're in the wrong class. If you're excited about that American Express charge card that most people couldn't service the full debt on because it's a net 30 card, you're in the wrong class. Because I'm sure nobody's telling you where to put that net 30 card money to service the debt. Matter of fact, most people ain't never even heard the word debt servicing until they started following my lives. Yeah, Divvy is a net 5 card. You got 5 days to pay that back. London CEO said, every time you say net 30 accounts, I laugh. It's because it's laughable. Because this is what people get excited about. So what's your suggestions for someone starting out? Great question. Just stay locked in. That's my suggestion. Stay locked in. Who's mentoring the mentors? Frank, unfortunately, they peek in at my page and then take what I hear, and then they don't know how to articulate it in the formality that I do, so they twist it up. So let me tell you what business credit is. So business credit is essentially cash value lines of credit. Facts. I never heard debt servicing before FICO Fridays. Shout out to Biz Buyer Nate. Somebody said I go deep with the information. Yeah, because again, learning is a taught skill set. People aren't learning. Like I said earlier, the needle is not being moved in our community when it comes to this information. It's just people taking advantage and monetizing off of all of y'all trauma. So then when you're in a place of desperation, you buy anything that looks good and easy and that you think is going to be a short-term solution to your problems. And it usually puts you in a worse position because you didn't get the proper information. And then that little bit of information they get you, you're not taught how to use it. So for example, and then I'm going to go into what is actual business credit. Prime example said fintech specials. Will, your last live on YouTube was a gem. What they don't talk about being a business owner. Absolutely. So here's how most people sell you guys information. Okay. So I'm going to talk about one that became like the most popular thing a few months ago. When everybody was telling you, set up an LLC and go get a G-Wagon because it's 6,000 pounds. But here's what they don't tell you. Because I teach people the process. I don't just tell you the play or the hack. So if you want to get a vehicle in your business and get it as a complete write-off, first of all, you need to have a legitimate business. See, most people have an LLC. That does not make you a legitimate business. That just means you have an LLC. My son has 3 LLCs. Next, do you have someone who handles your books? Everybody type the word books in the chat. See, you have to have someone who handles your books. Do you have proper account records? Are you keeping track of all your gas receipts? Are you keeping track of your actual mileage? At what percentage is your business, is the vehicle being driven for personal use and for business use? Most people don't even file their regular taxes the right way. So you think that the IRS is going to make it that simple for you to have a vehicle solely under your business name? Just because it's under your business name doesn't mean you get a full write-off. Does your business even make money? Most people's books are in disarray as a business. So you can go to my website right now and see my CFO. See, I've been trying to teach you guys how to build out a real business and have a real organization with the CMO, with the organizational manager, with the sales manager, with the CFO, with the an HR department. Like, I've been trying to teach you guys this stuff. But everybody wanted to skip that part so that they can hurry up and go get a G-Wagon that most people can't even afford to debt service a $3,000 vehicle because their business makes no money. So when I say that people just give you guys half the truth, and then you guys are trying to run off and run a play with information that you aren't even being taught because you haven't learned the skill set to actually learn the information that you're being taught. This is why our culture is losing. This is why they can monetize off of your trauma in this space. Because we all like shiny shit. This is what they do. They dangle the shiny stuff in front of us, and then we jump to it because it looks easy, and then you wonder why you get jammed up. You wonder why you're in more debt than before you even joined their program. Because they didn't tell you that you got to pay the debt back. There are people who really think that the credit that they get can be used for their personal use, which it can, but you still got to pay it back. And because you are trying to run a personal life off of credit that is supposed to be used to help create capital, to create revenue, to create income, to create cash flow. So now you got to borrow from your personal money to service the debt when your personal money was barely enough money to support your regular life. But we don't want to have that conversation today. Let me go ahead and get into what business credit is so y'all can stop going out here buying cars. All right. So business credit, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to talk about 5 different types of business credit. 5 different types of business credit. How can we get in jam trying to get out of business back right? So for those who would like to book a free strategy call, I need you to type or DM me the words help. Someone from my team will reach out to you within the next 24 hours. Here's another thing. For those who are on my mailing list, we just put out an email talking about how we're one of the few companies that can actually dispute credit inquiries, not just credit inquiries on accounts that have not been approved or not been opened. I'm talking about credit inquiries that are attached to both open and closed accounts without them closing your account. We've actually were one of the top companies that worked with almost every funding source company, the real ones out there, because we've been cleaning up inquiries since 2016. DM me the word help. So in my Instagram, make sure you DM help. On TikTok, DM help. If you're on Facebook, DM help. If you're on Twitter or YouTube, go follow me on one of my social media platforms where you can send me a message at Mr. Will Roundtree. At Mr. Will Roundtree. See, one of the many things that I've learned in life and in business is that documentation beats conversation. See, a lot of you guys are getting jammed up with people who don't even have the documentation to show the stuff that you're buying based off of the information they've provided. We have the documentation. You can just look at the longevity that my company has had. I've been in this space 10 years. Because I don't show my cars, that doesn't mean I don't know how to help you. Because I don't show you the trips I'm sitting on that I'm flying to. Because I don't show you when I'm courtside at the basketball games. Trust me, I'm at all of that. But I don't want to send a false sense of hope to people thinking that you can buy one of my ebooks and you're going to be able to buy $10,000 floor tickets. I'd rather show you on the premise of the information in the results of people who I've mentored across the country as my social proof. I don't need to show you a picture of me getting on a plane. I don't need to show you a picture of me getting into a six-figure vehicle. I don't need to show you a picture of me in one of my many homes that I own. I show you results. Because half the people you guys programs are purchasing, you will never own what they have because they don't give you enough information to. Just like your boss will never allow you to live in the same neighborhood as he or she. So they piecemeal information to keep you stuck to where you gotta come back and keep spending. I give y'all more information than y'all go pay for. Y'all will leave my live and go buy somebody else's program and spend more and get less than what I give y'all on these lives for free. Blows my mind. Blows my mind. But anyways, because I still got to get to the gym tonight. Y'all see I'm hype because I've been drinking a little bit of pre-workout. So I'm going to talk about a couple different types of credit when it comes to business credit. Everybody type cash value. Everybody type in cash value. See, we're only going to talk about, thank you, Eugene, for the badges. See, we're only going to talk about cash value cards. So when you think about cash value, net 30s have zero cash value. That's not impressive to me. That's not impressive. That's not impressive. You getting an Amazon card that's not impressive to me. Because anybody who fogs a mirror can get an Amazon card. Because everybody at Amazon know that everybody buys from Amazon. So getting an Amazon approval is not a flex. But I will tell you a cash value card that is a flex. A net 30 is a line of credit that you have to pay back in full within 30 days. Just like a net 5 means you have to pay the balance back in full in 5 days. So whatever the net number is, that just means you have to pay that back within that time frame. Okay? So now you have SBA loans. Excuse me, SBA loans. That's a form of business credit. They also have SBA 7A. SBA, the number 7, and A is an apple. You can actually use an SBA 7A loan to buy businesses. You can use an SBA loan to invest in your business. And typically the SBA 7A loan, I typically have steered people there so that they can buy an existing business that's already cash flowing. I try my best to push people away, especially those who have a high business acumen of running a business from starting a startup. Why start a startup when it's going to take the same ingenuity and the same amount of money for that startup as it was for a business that's already making money? And yes, a SBA loan is difficult to get. But I'm going to get to the low-hanging fruit. But I wanted to give that one to you first to let you know that that's a cash value type A business credit. Okay. How do I build up enough business credit to qualify? Graphics, digital. DM us help. DM us help so my team can reach out to you and give you a free call. What would you invest $100,000 in at the age of 33? Me personally, real estate. I'm dumping all money in real estate right now. And I'll tell you briefly, quickly. See, real estate is one of the few places I can dump my money in where I can hedge my money. meaning I can dump my money in real estate. And then if I need to borrow against it, I can pull it back out tax free. Secondly, it's going to pay me a residual every single month, every single year. And when you buy the right way, you will have a return on investment on your money. And thirdly, you're forcing appreciation by debt servicing the real estate debt through the rental payments. And so I love real estate because it's a low risk investment when you purchase the right way. And I can even use credit to buy real estate. So again, remember, we talked about using credit to create revenue, to create cash flow. So SBA loans. Next, you can do a cash value insurance policy. I buy IULs too, but for the sake of this and sake of time, real estate. Next is invoice financing. Invoice financing is a form of business credit. Those are also commonly referred to as MCA loans. MCA, Michael Charlie Apple. Now, these are loans that I'm not necessarily a huge advocate for. I would only recommend an MCA loan for people who have a way of servicing the debt quickly. So if you're going to get in a deal and out of it within 90 days, that's the only time I ever recommend invoicing financing. So essentially what they do is they look at what your average deposits are and they give you an approval up to a certain percentage based upon that. All right, HELOCs, but cash out refi is great too. Yes, HELOCs are great, but I'm solely talking about for businesses right now. We're only talking about business credit right now. Okay, so invoice financing. Companies like Kabbage, Kabbage, that is an invoice financing loan. They're easy to get into, but let me tell you to be careful because 97% of you that possibly may want to get an MCA loan because they don't run your credit can't afford to debt service it. I'll give you an example. So let's say you borrow $30,000 and the term of that loan is 12 or 18 months. That $30,000, that monthly payment may be $7,000. So if you don't have anything that can service the debt for $7,000 for the next X amount of months, stay away from invoice financing. Stay away from it. But it is a form of business credit. Okay. Next are term loans. Business term loans. Now, most businesses don't qualify for term loans. Somebody said we did that and it was the worst decision ever. I tell people to stay away from MCA loans all the time, but people jump on them because it's easy. Again, see, when you're in a place of desperation, you're willing to do anything because we forego all consequences. And this is why I come on here and try to teach people so that they don't make decisions emotionally. Most people who usually get MCA loans, it's an emotional decision. I would rather tell you to put your money into fixing your credit because when you have great credit, that's your winning lottery ticket. You never have to go out there and beg people for money. You don't need an investor. You become your own investor. And the rates are cheaper. People complain about the rates from the banks. Shit, try getting the rates from a shark. Because if you borrow money from me to run your business and you're in a place of desperation, I want 49%, as I should, as you should. So if you put money into somebody's business and they're in a place of desperation, you have the power. See, again, I'm trying to teach you guys how not to put yourself in bad positions financially. And sometimes bringing on an investor too early is the worst thing you can do. You're going to mortgage your business by bringing an investor in too early. Have a proof of concept, show that you're making money, and bring an investor in just to expedite your growth. Don't bring an investor to start your business because a shark like me, and I'm saying shark in a good way. That means we know our stuff. A shark like Brandon Lee, a shark like Nikki Purvey, and a shark like some of the others who are on here. We're going to want the lion's share of the business, as we should. So money is actually cheaper by making sure your credit is in position. So term loans, they give you a term in which you have to pay the money back. Most business term loans are anywhere from 3 to 7 years. From 3 to 7 years. Most businesses don't qualify because they don't make the money. They don't make enough money. They don't file their taxes. And when they do file taxes, they write everything off. So most small businesses do not qualify for term loans. You get good credit by reaching out to my team. DM the words help. Don't put it in the chat. DM us help if you would like somebody from my team to reach out to you. Okay, next, business credit cards. Business credit cards. Let me tell you why I love business credit cards. See, the reason I like credit, period, is because when you understand how powerful credit is, when you develop the real skill set of knowing the power of credit, you will never have to work for money again. Going back to what the underwriter was asking me as I'm completing that credit application for that business line of credit, he said, Will, at what percentage do you believe your business will grow by us giving you this line of credit? I said, well, last year my business grew by 34% in revenue. So that tells me, based upon the questions that the banks are asking, they understand and understand that when you know how to use credit properly, your revenue should grow. But most people aren't taught that. They're just taught to go and get a net 30, get a capital tap, a Cap One tap card. I don't even know how to say it, and post it and try to make other people jealous so you can help them sell their product. But they don't teach you how to make money from your credit. And so with business credit cards, here's the thing I love about business credit cards. Typically, you don't have to show proof of income. They use stated income, household income. They're not asking for tax returns. Let me say that again. With business credit cards, they don't ask for proof of income. They're not asking for financials. They're not asking for a debt schedule. They're not asking for a P&L, which stands for a profit and loss statement. And your business can be 1 day old to apply for business credit cards. As long as you have great credit and your business is set up properly, you get approved. Now, of course, you want to make sure your business is bank compliant. I actually have a software. It's our business success software that automates that entire process. And we do a scan with the APIs that is tied in to what banks look for. So if your business is not bank compliant, we tell you exactly what you have to do by doing that scan with our software that we have. This is why you want to be in our programs, because you don't go into the banks naked. You don't go into the banks unequipped. You know how to communicate with the bankers. You know what to ask for. You're not going in there asking for the limits over their threshold. So now they're going to deny your application because you don't have the proper documentation to ask for the $2 million that you heard user 97361 on TikTok tell you can get with having bad credit. It don't work like that. So your business can be 1 day old. We make sure it's bank compliant, and then you can apply to get business credit cards. And then we stack the business credit cards, because now those stacked business credit cards can be used to go out there and invest in real estate, to invest in your marketing campaign, to invest in hiring your VAs, to invest in growing your business. And all you have to do is focus on the debt servicing. Let me tell you how powerful that is. Let me tell you how powerful that is. Even just being able to have access to business credit cards. So let's say, because one of the top reasons businesses close is because they don't have a marketing budget. They can't afford to advertise. They've run out of friends and family who already don't want to buy their crap. So now you need to get in front of people who don't know you, but they don't have the money to market. Just because you're popular in your neighborhood don't mean it translates into people wanting to buy your product. So you have to get in front of strangers. You have to learn how to tell your story. What's the normal score you have to have for business credit cards? Most banks, 700. 700. Okay. Or they don't know how to market properly. That's true too. But you use the marketing dollars to hire a marketing company. See, we got to stop all of this DIY stuff on everything. You're going to DIY yourself right into bankruptcy. You're going to do it yourself right to bankruptcy. So you get the credit so you can pay for the marketing, pay for the professionals. So let me tell you how powerful business credit is when it comes to building your team. So let's say you get a starter marketing campaign and it's going to cost you, let's say $2,000 a month. Okay. So let's say, see, this is how my mind works. See, reason a lot of people can't grow in business is because they don't break the numbers down. But again, that's because nobody taught people how to learn. Learning is a taught skill set. I'm going to teach you guys how to learn how to look at money, which is in my 4 pillars of wealth building. Number 3 is we don't understand the cost of money. Okay, so $2,000 for your marketing campaign. We already know that the average marketing campaign, you want it to run at least 90 days, which is 3 months. So if we take $2,000, multiply that by 3, we know that that's $6,000. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, $6,000. My bad, y'all. Been a long day. So that's $6,000 that is going to cost me for 6 months. Okay. 3 months to run an effective marketing campaign. Now, instead of saying, hey, I need to figure out how to come up with $6,000. And this is what most people do. They're trying to save it up. They're trying to tap into their bank account. They barely have $1,000 in their bank account. So then guess what they do? They just go on to some free websites and just make some flyers that go nowhere. They continue to post it into the broken algorithms of their own social media account and then wonder why nobody is finding them because all they're trying to do is the free stuff. No, get your credit up, get some business credit cards so you can pay for a real marketing campaign. So I already know that $6,000 is only going to cost me, let's say $150. Okay. So that, let's say that $6,000 is going to cost me $150 a month. But my average ticket price, meaning my average purchase price for, let's say, one of my top products is, let's say, $1,000. Okay. Now I have 90 days to make back $6,000 if I want to pay it in full, or all I have to do is focus on making at least $150 a month to service the debt on the $6,000. So now I've been able to add to my bottom line. I'm able to get in front of more people. I'm able to pay for a real marketing campaign to be able to make more money. So now my revenues are increasing by at least 2.5% or 20% or 25%. And I use credit to do that. So now when I go to the bank and ask for more money, ask for a credit limit increase, or ask for a business line of credit, and they say, hey, at what percentage do you think getting this credit is going to help you to grow your revenue? At least 25%. They love to hear that type of stuff because that lets them know you know your stuff. So now that makes it easier for them to give you an approval. And here's something that most people don't know. Did you know even if your credit score is questionable, you will have underwriters who will sometimes push a file through just because you know what you're talking about? You know your industry. You're telling them how you're going to debt service. You're telling them that it's for operating capital. You're spending the money for marketing costs. You're spending the money for professionals to help you to make the money back to pay them back. When they hear stuff like that, it's easier for them to push files through as opposed to you saying, I don't know. I just need money. I'm brand new. I'm trying to build my paydex score. Like when people tell the banks that dumb stuff, they want to hurry. They trying to hurry up and push the denial button through. Because you saying, oh, I'm trying to just build up my Paydex. Sir, we don't even use Paydex over here at Wells Fargo. The underwriters are laughing at y'all when you start talking about a Paydex score. That's like, they're like, we don't even use that technology anymore, sir. We're on to better and bigger things. We don't sell toilet paper here. We actually give away money. But that's why I love business credit cards, because I can use it to really grow my business. I can use it to really grow my business. And then the last one are business lines of credit. Business lines of credit. See, the business line of credit is where they give you a line of credit where you can tap in and get the actual cash from that line. So imagine being able to stack. So if y'all want to hear a real credit hack or a real credit play, let me show you what a real credit play look like. Not that Fugazi Navy Federal stuff. They on to y'all. Matter of fact, some of y'all better change your name because they watching. Change your Instagram profile. Navy Federal know who you are. They know you didn't use that line of credit to get that vehicle you told them you was gonna put on Turo. They know who you are. Change your page, okay? So let me tell you a real business credit hack. Okay? You have an LLC or a business. Don't give up too much 411. Brandon, you crazy, man. Brandon over there cracking up. So let me tell y'all a real business credit play. All right. So when you call the banks, this one I'm going to give y'all for free because I'm ready to get to the gym. Okay. When you call the banks, you find out how many of their business products can you apply for. And most of them will let you apply for multiple products. Navy calling me lieutenant. So most banks will let you apply for multiple products. So you will ask them, hey, can I apply for multiple products? I want to apply for a business credit card, a personal credit card, and a line of credit. That's if you qualify for the line of credit. Okay. When you get to tier 3 corporate business credit, you don't use no PG. That's when you're in the game. Paulie, most people don't qualify not to use their PG. Okay, most people don't qualify. That tier 3 stuff, that we did that in 2007. That don't work no more. Okay, that's just what people use to get people to buy a product. It sounds cool. Okay, so you call the bank and you ask, can I apply for multiple products? And they're going to say yes. So you're going to tell them, okay, great. I want to apply for a personal credit card, a business credit card. Brandon crazy. Atlanta burnt that up. You want to apply for a personal credit card, a business credit card, and a business line of credit. So then what you want to do is you want to find out what their threshold is per EIN number. Find out what their credit threshold is per EIN number. And essentially what that means, some of them don't have a credit threshold. Some of them say you can get up to 100,000 per EIN. So when you get here, guys, when you hear these people on the internet saying get 100,000 from such and such bank with no doc, that lets me know they don't know what they're talking about. Because no doc doesn't mean no paperwork. When it comes to the banks, it actually, the correct terminology is stated. No doc is only applicable to real estate. See, so when y'all are out there trying to decide who you're going to do business with, if you hear somebody say get 100,000 with no doc, that means they don't know what they're talking about. Because you still have to provide documents. If you're getting a business line of credit, some banks still want you to provide some paperwork. It just means that they're not pulling your tax returns. So it's not a no doc. It's called a stated. Everybody say this with me. Stated. It's not a no doc. So when you hear that, just hang up and delete them off your page because they don't know what they're talking about. They heard somebody else say it wrong. It's stated. Okay? So let's say they said that their threshold per EIN, that's what you got to know, per EIN is 100K. That means you can split up to 100,000 for the business credit card and the business line of credit. But then you ask them, hey, can I apply for your products using another business? And some banks will say yes. And then if that's the case, we already know that the threshold is up to 100, which means I can get another LLC or another S Corp and apply for another up to 100,000 because it's per EIN number. Look, I don't have to sell y'all to buy my program. If y'all want to keep going out there and trying to figure it out, because it's going to cost you more money to figure it out than to just come to the source so we can walk you through the process the right way, so we can help you maximize your funding. It costs you more in the mistakes you're making versus you paying a professional. You ever saw somebody who tried to fix their own car, who know nothing about cars? This is why every light on the dashboard stay on in some people's cars. Like, you ever got in a car with somebody and you like, didn't you just take that and get that fixed? Oh no, I did it myself. No wonder the dashboard is still lit up. No wonder you drive outside without your lights on, because you think the lights are on because every light on the dashboard is on. Fam, turn your lights on. Turn on your headlights. But the car is lit up like Fifth Ave in New York, so they don't know that their headlights not on. like learn how to invest in a professional, y'all. We got to stop cutting corners. Right. Dash lit up like a Christmas tree. It's brighter than a Christmas tree. But we spend too much time trying to find loopholes and do credit hacks, because the credit hacks that they giving y'all clearly isn't working. Yeah, it'll get you in the door. Go get that Capital on Tap card and go try to run a play with that. And you got to come up with the $20,000 in 30 days. And then and tell me how that play out for you. So stop getting jammed up with people who are out here telling half the story when it comes to business credit. As I said, and I said this at the top of the live, learning is a taught skill set. Most people are trying to teach you guys something they haven't even learned, which is why we have a cycle of people who are out here trying to run credit plays on things that don't work because you haven't learned how to do it properly. What up, Tony? Thanks for being truthful. Absolutely, fam. Like, I'm not trying to get cool points by lying to y'all. Cause when y'all go out there and try to do stuff that's not working, like, I'm big on my integrity. You're not in this space for 10 years by not doing the right thing. That's why I'm fortunate enough to still be here 10 years later, because I do the right thing. Now, I'm not going to say that everything works for everybody, because a lot of times people are not even in the best position to try to run the plays that they're trying to run. But if you follow everything to the blueprint, it's inevitable that it will work. Check out my receipts. I don't have to gas up what we do. Thank you for the badges, Melly. You preaching, they gonna shut them down when they realize they are trying to pull all the money off. For real. They got y'all out here trying to pull money off of cards and move here to this and that and that, do all of these things just to still be in the same place. This is why people who got all of that pandemic money in the worst financial position now than before they got the money, because nobody is teaching people what to do once they get the money. Nobody. Appreciate that, y'all. One only Versace and Tony, man. Appreciate that. So when signing up, is the credit program completely different than REI? Yes. So my REI 90 program, we teach you how to invest in real estate. The credit program teaches you how to get the capital. But here's the thing. When you join my REI 90 program, we give you the credit program. So we're helping you get the money to buy the real estate. Like I was in a round table the other day with some investors because I've literally had several people try to buy my company from me, but they didn't offer me enough money. And here's one of the common things they keep asking as they're going through my programs and looking at the content and looking at how I'm teaching people and not just telling you, hey, go buy real estate. No, I'm actually showing you step by step. I'm not only saying, hey, here's what an A team is, but I'm telling you how to hire an A team. Not only am I telling you how to hire an A team, I'm showing you how to vet out an A team, how to speak to contractors, how to speak to property managers, how to speak to bank underwriters. So I'm actually teaching you. And they were like, Will, you don't even charge enough for what you're offering. And I said, I understand my value, but this is my give back. I want the corporations to pay me. So I can come back and keep coming on here and blessing y'all on lives. You guys get more from my lives than what you paying 10,000 from a lot of these people's programs. And most of it is regurgitated from my lives, and they go and try to manipulate my information. It's all good. Sharing is caring. So if you'd like more information, DM me the word help. My team will reach out to you, assist you with in answering your questions, talk to you about our funding program, talk to you about our business success software, which automates the funding process for you. We show you how to speak to the underwriters. We show you how to get to the real estate. We show you how to make sure your credit is in position. We're not telling you just to get you locked in and say, oh, you only need a 640 credit score. No, you need a 700. Why would you want to have the lowest level of approval and get your hopes up high and then you don't get approved? They've been stealing your sauce. High FICO scores. I feel you. And that's fine. Because a lot of times my team say, man, you're not worried about people taking your info and content? I'm like, no, because they not me. They can't translate it and articulate it like me. They can put it on a PDF and try to serve the people with it. But once people buy it and see who they bought it from, they can't teach them what they bought. They got to come back anyway to the source. So I don't ever worry about people grabbing, what I got. Appreciate the badges, y'all. Appreciate the badges. No, I don't have any videos on grants right now. Right now, we're talking about the easy money. Most people don't even qualify for the grants because their business isn't structured properly. They're not filing their taxes properly. See, I tell y'all the truth and even tell you a lot of y'all are not getting approved because you don't file taxes properly. See, I'm trying to teach you guys the whole gamut. I'm telling you to get websites. I'm telling you to have this in place. I've been telling people to have a registered agent. Most people ain't never even heard the word registered agent until I start talking about that. True Peach 75, thank you for the badges. Like, I'm even teaching you guys the lingo so when you go and speak to these professionals, you look like a professional. I need an accountant. Reach out to me. I'll connect you with our CPA. Let me give you all this last one. Let me tell you another reason, and I actually did a live about this a couple days ago. Let me tell you why a lot of people get denied for credit. Fake. All facts. Not 100. Got text messages to prove it. Let me tell you why a lot of people get denied business credit. A lot of people get denied business credit because when they have an LLC, Their income goes through one tax return. And in that one tax return, you wrote off all your income. So when you write off all your income, the bank is going to ask how much money you made personally and how much money your business made. And when you and if you have one tax return but you wrote everything off, how can you determine who made what? So then the bank can't. So because the banks determine your approval based upon your credit score and your debt to income ratio and income. Credit score, DTI, and income. Correct. They took too much of a loss. So this is why you want to consider, once your business starts making money, to get an S Corp, because now your company pays you a salary through a K1. Your business makes income, and the salary you pay yourself is a tax write-off. That's an expense. So now not only do you mitigate your tax liability, but now you look more attractive when you go into the bank. That one's free. I could have charged y'all $5,000 just for that one. Easily. That was a $5,000 convo. People have flown me out to their city to help me restructure their business just with that one gem. Y'all DM me the word help so y'all can really get this game. Okay? Y'all DM me the word help so y'all can get this game. Now y'all can go buy a home without a bank statement loan. DM me the word help for this game. So I appreciate y'all. I got to wrap it up. I got to get to the gym. My trainer is waiting for me right now. And again, I appreciate y'all. If you want to rewatch this will be on my YouTube channel. So make sure you rush over there. Make sure that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel, Will Roundtree on YouTube. And I will see you guys at the top. And make sure you are checking your calendars because I'm popping up in a lot of cities this year. All right. I'm about to get back out here. Like, I'm really motivated right now because I see that it's really not a lot of competition of people who are competent in this space. So I got to get out here and do what I got to do. And so I got to get in front of y'all.